Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So let's start with a prayer, and then we're just going to dive right on in. Almighty God, I ask that you allow me to be a clear portal and a clear channel for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. You know where they are on their journey and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy and negative entities. God, I ask that you return to sender any and all curses, dark magic, spell work, anything that is not of your highest light. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So let's start with our subconscious cards. These could be past or present. This person could be healing this now, or have already healed it, or are in the process of healing it. So, needing to heal a despair wound, experiencing a profound sense of hopelessness or meaninglessness, often in response to chronic suffering, trauma, or existential crises. Whew. Despair. That's a tough one. A blockage of the throat chakra. Difficulties in communication, expressing thoughts and feelings, emotional symptoms like shyness, fear of speaking, or dishonesty. Oh, I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take these two actually. A blockage of the sacral chakra. Challenges with creativity, sexuality, and emotional expression. So a throat and a sacral chakra blockage. Oof, that's a tough one. Needing to heal the mother wound. Emotional pain and challenges arising from the relationship with one's mother or mother's figure. Needing to address an identity crisis, struggling with a fragmented or unclear sense of self, often due to significant life changes or trauma, leading to spiritual confusion. And this reading is for a feminine energy. We'll see if it's divine feminine, but it's definitely a feminine energy. Needing to address a creativity blockage, lack of inspiration or motivation to start or complete projects, feeling stuck or stagnant in creative endeavors. Um, yeah. Well, the creativity blockage makes sense with the sacral chakra because that is definitely part of your creativity. So let's start with the Cosmic Journey by Cosmic Royal Family. Love her decks. Give her a shout out in my last video. So let's just. I've already pre-shuffled, but I'll still like to shuffle while on camera. So, okay, let's see what we got here. Serenity, find peace and stillness, trust the journey. Okay. Brewing, awaken the soul, transformation is brewing. Oh, yeah, this is somebody that's definitely in the process of healing. Yeah, well, we know what you're healing from now. Unrequited love. Face your demons and do your shadow work. Yeah. Okay, so that's why I wasn't quite feeling getting divine. You're in the process. Not quite there yet, but you're awakening is what I'm getting. It's part of what you're dealing with on the subconscious level is you're going through a spiritual awakening right now. And whoever you are, the feminine, like I said, you're on the verge of becoming a divine feminine. You're trying to understand this journey. But I keep coming back to the Serenity card because the universe really is, I'm being told to tell you, you have to trust this journey. I know it doesn't look like it, and the reason why you have to trust this journey is because you don't have anything to compare it to. You're trying to find in your mental Rolodex a similar experience, and there isn't one. There is no similar experience for ego death. It is profound, it's messy, it's painful, it's uncomfortable, it's all the things, it's all the things. So, yeah, you're literally in the process of awakening. And what actually sent you into ego death was you discovering that you were in an unrequited love affair with somebody who was very toxic. It's I'm getting the sense that this person was a narcissist, and basically you wind up going into a what do they call it? A narcissistic induced ego death. Is it's painful, trust me, and it's hard to find serenity when you first start going through this because it's excruciating. It's excruciating. Um, but your transformation is underway. It's happening, even if you can't see it. Even though it feels like you're doing all this work and you feel like you're going in this constant, hamster wheel, you are healing. It is happening. You're just in that place where um what I'm told I'm being shown when you plant a seed, right? And you put it in the earth and you make sure it's in the proper field, you've fertilized the soil, you've made sure it's getting enough sunlight, you're watering it and you're tending to it. You don't necessarily see anything yet because it's still underground and it's doing this thing underground. And that's where you are. You're in the process and you're transforming. You're the butterfly that hasn't. You're in the cocoon still. You're still in the lava, lavy. I'm going to butcher the words, but you know what I'm saying. You're still the little worm in the caterpillar, but you're developing while you're in that caterpillar stage and you're in that cocoon. You're developing your wings. All of the things that you need to be a butterfly is happening. And so God is wanting you to trust this. And serenity, like when I tell you when I first, exactly where you are when you first hit ego death, when I tell you this serenity prayer got me through so much. I recited that thing like it was, well, it is a prayer. I recited it prayerfully because some days that was all I could think about was God grant me the serenity to control the things that I can and to allow, like, and I said that was like almost a daily affirmation. But with this brewing card, like I said, you're in the seed, you're in the cocoon. It's growing, it's doing this thing, even though you don't see the outside result yet. But I promise you, please just continue to allow yourself to grow. Be gentle on yourself. Give yourself compassion because when you're in the thick of growing, we are so critical of ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves. And you don't want to speak things over your life that aren't true. It's just how you feel in the moment. Like you feel destitute. Um you feel unmoored. You feel like you're just out there spinning out in the ocean and that God has forgotten about you, but he hasn't. I promise you that this too shall pass. And when you come out of this cocoon and when you sprout up, you're you're going to sprout up and you're going to be so beautiful. But most importantly, like from the seed analogy, your roots are going to be so much stronger than they were before you wind up in this relationship with this narcissist who was giving you this unrequited love. And I don't have to tell you. I feel like you already know this, whoever you are. I'm gonna call you divine feminine in training. Um, Whoever you are, divine feminine in training, you are, you're worthy of love. And you unfortunately just happen to come across somebody who they have a dark space where their empathy and their compassion and love should be. And that's not a reflection of you, though. When this person is taking you through the hell that they take you through, they project all of their, crap onto you and make you feel like it's you're the problem, but you're worthy of love and it is not you, you know. So that's why you're in the current state that you are, because you're having to face your own demons and do your shadow work. You're having to heal the places in you that made you vulnerable to this narcissist. That could be this mother wound, and that's exactly what made me vulnerable to my narcissist that I wound up with, you know, especially, you being a divine feminine in training, that tells me a lot about your background. You're very empathic, you're very loving. It's why this person targeted you in the first place, because you're loving and you're compassionate, even though you yourself have been through a lot in your own past. You've had a lot of hurts and a lot of betrayals and a lot of wounding, and now it's time to turn all of that love that you was pouring into that person who really didn't deserve it and didn't appreciate it. Now it's time for you to turn that and love and pour into yourself, because you are worthy of love. You are created by the divine. You're created by God, and He doesn't make mistakes. He created you exactly how you were meant to be. So when you right now, you can feel like all of your positives feels like weaknesses, because that's what this person made you feel. It's part of them trying to basically project all of their issues and all of their traumas onto you, and so that they can keep you stuck in your head, so that this person can still feed off of you energetically. That's 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 basically why it's so important for you to continue this facing your demons and doing your shadow work, so that you can heal the places within you that made you vulnerable, not only to this narcissist, but any kind of energetic vampire, any kind of, dark entity that wants to attach to you. Because you are here, you're a light worker, you're here to do God's will. But in order for us to get to where God needs for us to be, where He can really dwell in us and live in us and show out in us, we have to heal through all of that old sludge and all of those old programmings and all of those old ways of thinking and thought patterns and things that kept us stuck and feeling like we aren't the spiritual giants that we are. Because you are a spiritual giant. And I don't know who you are, Divine Feminine, but I know that you're part of God's collective and you are here to do extraordinary things. And God did not make a mistake when He made you. And I know that this ego death is heavy duty. And I'm sorry that we all have to go through it. Unfortunately, it's part of, you know, stepping into your spiritual gift and elevating and growing as a person. And honestly, you're already doing incredible things just by doing it, because a lot of people are running from their growth. A lot of people are running from their demons and their shadow work. And you're actually in the process of healing that. So I don't know if you're, giving yourself enough credit and enough compassion for that. But I'm going to remind you, because I think about it like what I would want somebody to tell me when I was at that stage of my journey. And what I would have wanted to hear was like, keep going. Like, there's people who have already done this that are rooting for you. And we know it's hard, but you can do it. And you can do it because you have angelic guidance. You have angel guidance. You have a team of angels. You have guardian angels. You have um, ancestors and, other ascended masters and light workers from the others, from higher above, that are guiding you, and they're rooting for you, and they're supporting you, and they're sending you love, and they're sending you the right tools and the right peoples, and the people like me who are here on YouTube that are, you know giving you readings. Like, there's a whole collective of us that are here to help you. And so, But most importantly, you are being divinely guided. Like God has his hand on your life. And this is the worst of it, and it's really awful and it's really painful, but you're going to get through it. You will. I have every faith in you. I don't, like I said, I just felt like I had to tell you that because whoever you are, um, yeah, it's tough. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is it's the hardest thing that you can ever go through is ego death. There's nothing more painful. I mean, I've not had children, but you can ask other light workers that's on here who do have children and they will still tell you, yeah, I have kids, but this is far this is far painful because it is the releasing of all of the things that you thought were you. um it's the taming of the ego. It's the allowing that side of yourself to die so that the spiritual being that's housed in this body can rise up and be strong and be like fearless and take the lead of your life because you're in charge of it. You know, you are co-creating with the divine. And in order for you to do that and really do that at your highest capacity, you have to do the work. So, that's just my little, my little TED talk, spiritual TED talk, just to encourage you because the rewards, I can tell you, the rewards on the other side are profound. Like, it's profound. The blessings that God poured out on you for you being faithful to your spiritual work, you being faithful to you clearing and healing all of these blockages and these old past traumas and, relationship traumas. You get to become a whole beautiful new being, that butterfly. But most importantly, you get the outpouring of all of the love and all of the things, all of the good things that God has for you, they start showing up. And once they start showing up, then you realize, like, wow, God, not only is God real, but now I see why I had to go through this healing process because the places that He takes you and that He's going to take you, you have to be your strongest. Like, only the strongest survive where you're going. And so, in order for Him to get you to where you need to go, which is walking into all of the blessings and the abundances of the universe, and also to do your spiritual work and to be able to help others, you have to be your strongest. And to be your strongest is to put the face mask on first and to heal yourself. So, yeah, you are a divine messenger. Listen here, this is why you're here to be a divine messenger, divine feminine in training. Like, this is a big job. Like, this is a really big job. I mean, I can't, like, listen, this is why you're going through ego death. And I'm not saying that in a funny way, but yeah, this is a profound assignment. Like, this is a really profound job that you have. Divine messengers, yeah, that's some heavy duty spiritual. You gonna be a heavy duty spiritual OG, like out here in the spiritual streets. Like, you really are going to be helping people. You're going to be a way shower. Excuse me. So yeah, you got an incredible soul mission. Divine messengers, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Every job in God's kingdom is powerful, and we all have unique things that we have to do, but divine messengers, yeah. Yeah, you're going to be on the forefront of this next, stage of spiritual evolution. And trust me, like I told you, the abundance that's going to be coming your way, going to have you laughing all the way to the bank. And I'm not just talking about financial, because that's going to be included, but spiritually. Like I said, you're going to be an OG, spiritual OG out here in these streets, slaying all kind of, demons. And yeah, no, you got a heavy calling on your life. Yeah, and this is coming right under the unrequited love card. It was a blessing in disguise. It was for your highest purpose that you ran into this person who sparked this spiritual death, this ego death. Because, like I say, the person that you're getting ready to be transformed into, this divine messenger, honey, you wield a lot of power in the energetic realm. God don't send a lot of people to be messengers. That's not a job he gives a lot of people. Just saying. I mean, we all got jobs in God's kingdom, but when you're a you're a divine messenger, you're divinely protected. Like I say, you have angel guidance around you constantly. You got a whole team, and you're being supported by the Most High. So, as painful as this is, 21, 21 on the timer, just know it was meant for your highest good. It was meant for you to be shaped into the strongest, most powerful version of yourself. And when you're done, when you come out of that cocoon, honey, the wings is going to be so beautiful, so powerful. You are going to be an unstoppable force. And you are going to be helping so many people. So many people. You're going to be a walking testimony to what God does for people. You're gonna be literally a walking testimony, a divine, like I said, a divine messenger. There's been a lot of divine messengers over the years. I mean, think about them. We had Jesus. I mean, that's our greatest divine messenger. We had Moses. We've had a lot, the apostles. We've had a lot of divine messengers. It's pretty profound. So that's why I say it's not a faint of heart job being a divine messenger, but you gotta be war ready. Is what's happening here. You have to be ready for spiritual battle, and in order to do that, you have to go through this part of the journey. And like I say, it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. That's the understatement of the century. But you will get through this. You will. Yeah. I feel like at your lowest, you had a heartfelt conversation with God, and He heard you. He heard you. You were heard. He saw all your tears. He saw your pain. He saw your suffering. And you need to know that you were heard. He collects the tears of his chosen ones. He collects the tears of his light workers. And trust me, this this narcissist, oh, trust and believe that karma's coming. You can't mess with God's children and get away with it. He heard your hurtful confession. He heard you. You were heard. And he wants you to know, don't worry about it. He got you. You're in the right hands. You're in divine hands. He felt that. He heard it. And it meant everything to him. Yeah. Like I can feel my heart space. Yeah. It was truly heartfelt, and he heard it. And he sent you guidance. You felt broken. You felt at your lowest. But he wanted you to know, be encouraged that he did hear you, and your suffering and your pain did not go unnoticed to him. It's making me tear up. Mm. I don't think we understand sometimes how loved we are by God. Like, it is profound and it is beautiful. And it makes me cry all the time. My empathic self, when I feel the energy of it, it is just overwhelmingly beautiful. And it is one of the most incredible things to feel God's divine love. Like, it's the best feeling in the world. There is no drug, there is nothing in anywhere in the galaxy that was created that matches it. And he felt you. You were heard. Now I have to warn you, because this narcissist feels like you're at your weakest, but he don't know what he don't know. He don't know about the spirit team you got, the whole tribe of angels that is around you, your spirit guides, your ancestors. Like, he doesn't know that you're under divine protection. So this person is going to plan a sneak attack because he feels like he has you at it's kind of like that, 48 laws of power. When your enemy is at their lowest, you strike again because you want to annihilate them. This person is thinking that. So I need you to be aware that this person is going to try to pop back up because they feel like they have you on the, like, I want to, it's almost like this person feels like they have you on the, trying to think of the analogy, the best way to explain it, where they feel like they have you right on the verge of death. It's kind of like the video games where it's like, um, it's giving Mortal Kombat, and when the person is like almost close to death, and then the little thing says, finish him. This person thinks that's where you are. They think you're at the, oh, she's almost on her last limb. She's teetering, and now I can plan my sneak attack and annihilate her and make her completely collapse into herself and give up. This person don't know about this heartfelt confession that you had with God. This person doesn't know that you and the divine had a conversation when you were at your rock bottom and you didn't know which way to go and you felt like giving up and you wanted to fold in on yourself and you cried out to God and he heard you. This person don't know that this conversation happened and that God came in with angels when you were at that point. Like I said, that's, you already had angels, but when you had that heartfelt confession with God, he sent you in some more because he needed you to know that you were not alone. And he sent even more angelic protection in for you because he already knew who was getting ready to try to plan this sneak attack. This narcissist with this unrequited love, because this is somebody that wants to feed off of your energy, and they think that they could set up camp in that wound that they just opened. But what they're gonna find out is you're divinely protected in a way that they didn't realize. God allowed the person to come in the first time because he needed you to go start going through your ego death. That's why it was a blessing in disguise. But that's all that person was meant to do, was just to catalyze you so that you would awaken. But this person, in their arrogance and in their ego and their desire to play God in your life and feel like it's not enough that they wounded you and left you for dead, they not gonna be happy till they feel like they've killed you off spiritually. God's not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna tell you right now. As soon as this person gets ready to attack, I'm telling you right now what's gonna happen. As soon as this person gets ready to attack, your angelic team is gonna karate chop the mess out of this dude. I'm talking about chop him up like sushi, like he finna get filet of fished in the spirit realm. Cause God don't play about his children. And like I said, when you cried out to him, he heard you. He don't like to see his children suffer. He don't like to see us hurting and in pain and feeling like we want to give up, because that's not what he sent us here for. And it's only so much that, like I say, he allowed the initial because that was part of the agreement to wait for your awakening. But this person is now just being malicious. This this sneak attack is just a malicious, just a I want to kick you while you're down kind of energy is what it's giving. And God is not going to tolerate that. God's like, hey, you completed the initial assignment. That was all you were supposed to do. Now you're supposed to go on about your business. And this person is not wanting to go on about their business. And so they're about to be dealt with big time. So that's why I say don't worry about it, because our justice and God's justice are two different things. And trust me, I rather God's justice, because listen, y'all, I love God. He knows I'm a joke about this, but God is real petty when he wants to be, especially when it comes to his children and you hurting his chosen ones and his light workers and his star seeds. Oh, it is nothing nice. It's the way I always think about it, like a real parent. Like God is a real parent. Oh, you ain't finna come over here and beat up on my child. That ain't finna happen over here, not on my watch. God is not finna let this person's sneak attack be fruitful. This person's gonna be sat down in a way that's gonna be so embarrassing they ain't gonna know what to do with themselves. Yeah, so boldly grow. Magic awaits in the unexpected. So that's why I'm gonna keep encouraging you, whoever you are, divine feminine in training. Um, keep growing. It's hurtful, it's painful, and it can feel like I say, it feels like this person got away with something. Trust me, they did not. This 3D world justice system, it misses a lot of bad apples. A lot of folks who have done stuff they have no business through, a lot of them sneak through the cracks. But I can tell you a justice system that never fails. It is divine justice. It is absolute. It is complete, and karma always finds its man. Yeah. So expect an unexpected visitor. Oh, expect it. Because, like I said, this is somebody that is trying to plan a sneak attack on you because they feel like you're at your lowest and that you're vulnerable enough that they can just annihilate you. But that's not going to happen. This is somebody that's about to get hit with some financial hardships. And that's just the beginning. Like, what God is doing right now, they're going to hit them with some financial hardships so that maybe it'll, like, kind of cripple them a little bit and get them distracted. And if this person continues on after this, this is the warning. It's going to be the financial hardship is going to be the warning. That's the warning shot. God's going to shoot them. You're going to start with a warning because God is nice. He's real nice until you keep pushing. He gives every party a warning. When they're hey, you're in that territory where you're doing some things you ain't got no business doing with some of them chosen ones, some of my children. I'm gonna send you some financial hardships to give you a warning to distract you so that you'll be focused on something else besides trying to attack my child. And if this person continues, it's gonna escalate, and it ain't gonna just be financial hardship. Honestly, I don't. I feel like it's still gonna be more than just the financial hardship. I feel like this is just the start. It's just the start because this person's being malicious. And like I said, once you start getting to the area where now you're just being malicious and you're being nasty and you're arrogant enough to start trying to play God in somebody's life, God will be jumping off the top rope on this person's head on your behalf. And trust me, when I tell you the way God gets people back, honey, poetic justice ain't even a word. Yeah, you're just going through some growing pains. Like I said, you're growing, and what you're feeling is totally normal. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And you're being divinely guided at every step of this growth. It's painful, but that's all it is now. It's the growing pains of the ego dying. And it's painful. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's painful, but you have a whole team, and most importantly, you have a whole collective. Because there's a whole bunch of us out here. And we don't have to know you personally to be praying for you, to be sending you love, to be supporting you in the spirit realm. We can do that in the 5D without even ever seeing your face. I feel your energy and I'm praying for you and I'm rooting for you. I don't even know who you are, but you feel like a sister to me. And in the spirit realm, you are. So I am praying your success and I'm sending you love and support because you can get through this and you're going to get through this because you have a whole team behind you. And like I said, it's not just your angels and God, but you have a whole collective that's rooting for you. Because what affects you affects us all. Because we're all interconnected. And so we're sending you love and strength and support too while you're going through this. So you're not alone. This is tough, but just know that you have the force of thousands, and then you have the angelic force behind you, which is infinite. Like, I couldn't even tell you how many angels are in God's kingdom. But I tell you this much, they stand as sentinel and ready for whenever his children need them. Anytime we need something, they're sent out on assignment. They can't wait to come down to help us. We have only to ask. And when you, like I said, when you had that heartfelt confession and you talked to God and you asked for help, he sent it. I'm telling you right now, he sent it. You got way more spiritual security than you had before. He basically beefed up your security detail because this idiot right here. Yeah, you are going through the eye of the storm. Like, you're going through a hurricane. It's a spiritual hurricane. But no, in the eye of the storm is peace. In the eye of any hurricane, it is the quietest. You're in the eye of the storm right now. But you're gonna get through the rest of this hurricane because you have the support of God and a whole team. A whole team. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards and then we're gonna call it a reading because yeah. But just be encouraged. Be encouraged and don't feel alone because you're not. Like I said, you have a whole collective of people who are rooting for you who have never even seen your face. But like I said, I feel your energy and I'm sending you love and support. And as a matter of fact, when I'm done with this, I'm going to send a special prayer just for you, for your upliftment and your strength and your continued walk and your continued fight so that you continue to have the strength to keep pressing forward because you got a mighty God that's in your corner and he's undefeated. Undefeated. It's like zero in a freaking billion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to a billion versus zero. Like, God has never been defeated and never will be defeated. So just know that. Yeah. And when you can, during your journey, you'll find a way to forgive this person. I know it's hard right now, and you're in the thick of the anger and the like. I can't believe this person did this to me. But somewhere in there, you'll find forgiveness. Don't worry about that. I feel like you've been worrying about that because you feel very angry at this person. And that's normal too. You're allowed that. You're allowed to feel angry at this person because what they did was unjust. And it was not necessary. I mean, hurting somebody deliberately is never necessary. But like I said, this person is trying another sneak attack on you, come in and woo you and make you think they want to get back together and they made a mistake. Don't be fooled. This is still a wolf. Still a wolf. So yeah, your forgiveness is there within yourself. The most important thing is forgiving yourself, because I feel like it's easier to forgive other people and then we struggle to forgive ourselves. Our self forgiveness is always the last thing that we hold on to, is forgiving ourselves. We could forgive people, and then we're still holding on to like resentments and angers at ourselves. So it's okay to forgive yourself. When you didn't know, you didn't know. You didn't know this person. You, in good faith, chose to love somebody that just happened to be despicable. But your heart was in the right place. But you have to forgive yourself. Because I don't feel like this is, I mean, I feel like you've already sought, you know, forgiveness from God and you've surrendered to your pain. But I feel like what's lingering for you is the self forgiveness. And that one takes infinitely much longer to forgive yourself. Because we are our own worst critics and we can be really hard on ourselves. And I feel like you have a beautiful heart, but you are really hard on yourself. That's why I say, I hope this message encouraged you, and I hope you feel uplifted, and I hope that you're inspired to keep going. But yeah, that self forgiveness is the toughest. It's the last one on purpose because it's the toughest to get through. Is you're forgiving yourself, because we, like I said, we're really hard on ourselves and we feel like, how could I have not seen all the signs? How could I have like opened myself up? It was your blessing in disguise. It was meant to happen so that you could start your journey to healing and actually, getting connected to God and high source, you know, of all that has created us. But like I said, when I in this, I'm gonna actually send an extra prayer up for you, for your strength and for your healing. But be encouraged. This too will pass. You are in the thick of it, but once you get through the thick of it, there is beauty and happiness and peace on the other side of it. And it's a feeling that nobody can steal from you once you go through ego death. So that's the message, and be blessed.